Hi guys, welcome to my video. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can build simple Flutter app using MVVM architecture. It is very difficult for some developers since we know that Flutter is tree hierarchy. Tree architecture, and it's very difficult for some developers to separate their UI, their business logic, and their data. So it is very difficult for them. So in this video, I'm going to show you how you can build clean architecture and how you can build MVVM architecture so that you can build your mobile app with clean code instead of inputting the data inside your UI, inside your widget. So you can separate your data, your text, your color, everything. You can separate it, even so that when you try to um, redesign the UI of the app, it's very easy for you to redesign it, and it won't affect the data at all, the business logic. So in order for you to learn more about this video, I've already write a written tutorial on Medium post, so you can just try to read more on it. Sure. So let's proceed. First of all, we all know that Flutter is everything is widget in Flutter. So now instead of writing now this text now instead of writing it inside our widget now, there's a way that we can just separate our text from our widget so that if we try to update it in the next future, in the next future, so it will be very easy for us to update our code. Now, for me to build the app, I have to create a Flutter project now. So you can create a Flutter project. You can Flutter create your domain name and the Flutter project name. So I've already created mine. So this is mine now. So as you can see, we all have default Flutter screen now. So in order for me to start the project now, first of all, don't forget to subscribe to my channel in order to not to miss interesting video like this. So now let us clear all our data here now. So I'm going to clear all this. So I'm going to clear all my starting from here. I just cut it now. So I can just create now. Let me first of all try to tell you some kind of folders now. If you see my post on medium post, so you are going to see that I try to we are going to keep sometimes in mind, which is model view model. This model is just the data model of your data, maybe when connecting from the API now. So the how your data will be, that is model. So we have view. View is the front end interface which we render to the user. This is just a normal interface, normal widget. While the view model is the business logic or backbone behind the view. It's just the business logic behind your UI. You have a separate UI. You have a separate UI and you have the logic behind the UI. So now let us continue. So I'm going to create a folder now called screen. We can use screen and we can also use view. Some developers use screen while some use view, but I love using screen. So inside this screen, I'm going to create my home screen now. That is my home page media, my home page. So after creating that, so I'm going to paste here and try to import. So try to import this. So after importing this, so it will work like this. So here now, let's try to create our view model. After that, we can create our data, model, our model folder. So, let me check. I think something is wrong here. Okay, okay. So let us proceed. So now here now we just try to import our home page. So we are good to go now. So now, in order for us to use this MVVM architecture, we have to use a particular package. So I really love this package, and I've really used this package for a lot of 5 or 6 apps, for my client app, for my personal app. So now, so you just go to Google now, just try to search provider architecture. This provider architecture is really good, and I've really used it, and it's really awesome. It's really awesome. So I think I have low internet connection. So as you can see, this provider architecture, it has been moved. I mean, it has been updated to Stack rather, to Stack. But I really may recommend us to use this package in order for you to have a good foundation of this package. So that is why I'm moving into this package. Although I should have used this Stack one, the updated one, but I don't want to use that, because if you use it, you won't have full knowledge about what the package is. So it's better for us to start from scratch. So I'm going to import the package now. I'm going to try to install it. Just copy it, but because I'm too lazy. So okay, I've already copied that. So this 1.1.1. So okay, that is what. So you just try to. So you can just try to import it using your flutter get package. So after importing that, let me import this. So now that I've successfully imported now, so sorry for disturbing you. So I'm going to now go to this place now. This is my home screen. This is our normal screen. We just have the scaffold, the app bar, the center, the button. So now what we are going to build is just that we are going to try to create 2 floating action buttons. One for adding counter, while the second one for decreasing. I mean, maybe for adding plus one, while the second one is for decreasing, is maybe -1. Although Flutter already creates our own default screen, so which is the increment one, but I want to use this. I want us to fully understand what MVVM architecture is. Because if I try to create a complex app now, you guys won't really understand what it is. So that is why I'm trying to create, I'm going to use this default Flutter screen to build the MVVM architecture for you. So now, let us go to our view model. Don't forget that this view model is the backbone of our screen now. So in order for us to create a view model, so we are going to write my home page view model. That. What is the meaning of this? Now, let's say you create a login screen now, login screen dot that, register dot that, so that they have to have some functionalities inside each screen, maybe the login screen. So instead of you to be writing your functionalities inside the widget, you can create login screen view model, register screen view model. So you can just integrate both together by importing and doing some stuff. So now let us proceed. This is our class now. First of all, don't forget that we are also using provider here. We are using provider here. So in order for us to for our app to accept state management, to be in a state management, I think you guys know what state management is. But if you don't know what state management is, I've already put the link here. So I've already put the link here. So this state management. So you can just try to read more on state management. So now, so I'm going to create a base model. We call it base model of that. This base model will act as our listener. So this base model extend change notifier listener, change notifier, um, change notifier. So this instead of Potino, that will be foundation. So this is our base model now. So after creating that, let us create a volume which we call busy. I'm sorry, I don't have much time here. So this is called busy. The default one is false. So now, in order for us to use this busy to accept state management, we have to create a function that will listen to this busy. I mean that will act as our state management. So now we have to create a function now. So I'll just create a function. This is our set busy. This set busy, if we input the value here, so it will equal to this busy. So after that, it will listen to any changes in our class now. So sorry, I should put the capital letter instead of small letter b. So in order for me to get this value, so I have to create a boolean get busy, which will return busy. So that is that. We are done with creating the notifier. So now here now we have to extend the base model. So after extending the base model now, here now we can do our own logic here now. So now we know that we want to use a counter now. So now instead of using this this increment now, so I can just cut this, paste it here, and also I'm going to use this increment also. I'm going to paste this increment here, but I won't use this test it. So after that, so up here now we are trying to increment our value. So now you know that this counter is just a private variable. This is the private variable. So now in order for me to get this counter in my screen now, so I have to get the counter, which will return. Okay, I have to use get. So I can use get counter here, which will return the counter. So now this will return the counter now. This will return the counter. So this one should be public variable. So now in order for us to listen to their changes, so we can use notifier listener. I'm too lazy. Let me just copy this. I'm too lazy. I'm sorry. I'm too lazy. Let me just copy this and paste it here now. So this is our increment counter. This function. This for increasing the counter. Why we are going to create another function but decreasing the counter. So I'm going to copy this and try to paste it here, but this should just be decrement with small letter. So this one will be minus, which means -1. So I'm going to listen to data change here. So now I'm done with this now. So I have to, this is my home page now. So my home page, I have to, as you can see, we are having error here now. I have to connect this coin to this model. So that this is the base, this is the backbone of our screen. I have to connect this screen to my view model. So I'm going to connect it. You can just go to the documentation now. Here now, you can just go to this place. So yeah, this is how we are going to call the. I can just copy this, or let me just um, you can just call this create a new screen, paste it here. So here now, you can just paste this. I'm going to explain now what it means. So this is our view model. Copy this, paste it here, paste it here. So now, what are we doing here? What's the meaning of this code? I'm going to explain now. Now, let's assume that I want to delete this. So copy all this. So in order for this video to be short, so that's where I'm trying to copy everything here. So now, what is the meaning of this screen that we are doing here? So now, as you can see, you are going to see this error. It's a flag error here now. It says duplicated now. So instead of us to use view model, there is an updated one that we have to use view model builder. So I will just use view model builder. You can just go to the documentation, copy this. So after copying that, just paste it here. So now we are good to go now. So what is the meaning of this? Now this view model provider, it provides us to connect the view model, our business logic with the UI. So that this is the UI. This is our UI, as you can see, home page, on my home page or that. This is our UI. So it allows us to connect our view model with the functionality, which is the backbone of our UI, to connect to our UI. Now this builder, it returns the UI. As you can see, it returns the UI. This builder, it returns the UI. Why this view model builder, it is the business logic of our UI. Now instead of using this counter now, we can use model. Okay, you can use we have to use this. You can use model dot get counter. As you can see, you can see the get counter here. So if we try to navigate to this get counter on my VS Code, I usually just use F12. So F12, it will move to here. If you are using an Android Studio, I think that is Control B. I think so. So now let us. So this is our counter here now. This is our counter here. So it is, we have already connect. As you can see here now, this text here now, we can also create a style. Let us create a style folder. Style folder. So here now we have to create app text dot that. This app text dot that will contain all our dummy text for the entire app. So now we can just say static string, let's say push. So after pushing that, so you can just copy this or this, just paste it here. So now this will just be app text dot So I have to import this. As you can see, app text does push. So this is our text, this is our data. So we can also use text style now. You can also use text style, app text style dot that. But I usually use the Google app text style. So I can just go like this. So in order for us to use the Google one, so we have to install the Google dependency. So you can just say Google font. So this is the Google font. So just click on it. So now that we are here, just try to install it. Just copy. Just go to my box spec. So just try to save it. So I'm done with adding dependency. So I can just go to this app text, just paste. Oh, sorry. So I usually have my own um, stuff here. Starting text time. So this is so now as you observe, we haven't created app font size. So I can just create a folder. Let me just create a folder. App, app font size dot. So I usually have a default app font size because I usually have a default one for all of my projects now. So I'll just go to just go to this place, copy it and paste it here. Uh, Copy, paste. So I don't usually I don't usually um, rename this app font size because this is my default app for all of my projects. So you can just go to this place. Now we can import this. So that's the app font size now. So you can just go to this place, just try to style this. So I can just style this, just remove this and just use app font size dots. So I have to import this before using any other stuff. Dot header one. So I have to context. This is the text color. I can use text. Okay, we haven't created text color also. So you can create text color dots, maybe primary color. Primary. So now I have to create this app color also. So I can just go to my style, app color dot that. Copy this. Plus app color. So I usually have a lot of app color also. So I will just copy from my previous project. So as you can see, so this is my app color now. This is the color, primary color. So you can see this file contains the default color that we use throughout the entire app. So now you just go to my home page, import it. So as you can see, if you design the OUI now, it won't affect the business logic, because the business logic is separate from the UI. These are business logic. Why this is the app? So let me just close all those tabs. So let us try to run our app. Okay, we haven't created a floating action button here to add to implement the ID system. So I can just create floating. float action button. Floating action button dot extend. So on press, we can share why the label. Please add. The label will be okay. The label will be widget. You can say icon dot add. So what do we need this? You can say elevator elevation is 10. So that is that. So now this is the for adding. So I'm going to call the model for in order to add model dots. So this model, it will call the increment one. As you can see, this is the increment. As you can see, this is the increment now. This is the increment. I'm going to add the decrement also. So let us try to run our app. So as you can see, guys, I successfully run my app here now. So let me just display it. So this is my app now. So now you can just tap. As you can see, it is when we tap in, it is changing the number which we use in MVVM architecture now. As you can see, it is very easy for us to use this architecture now. So next, let's although I haven't implemented the minus one, I mean the document one, so I have to create a floating action button here in order to implement the floating one. So let me just try to do that now. So as you can see, guys, I have created my the plus one, the minus one. So should I let me center this? Should be in center. So now, so as you can see, this is the increment one, which is the plus, while this is the decrement one, which is the minus. So we are going to let's try to tap on the minus one. Okay, this is minus one. So sorry, I'm coming. So as you can see, tapping minus, tapping minus. So it is really pretty good. So now as you can see now, I can change UI anytime, any day, and it won't affect the business logic. This is the business logic. As you can see, this is a business logic. So the business logic is we separate the business logic from the UI. So and it's really allow the state management user provider. So thank you guys for watching this tutorial, and don't forget to subscribe to this tutorial in order to not to miss other interesting video like this. So although you guys will be wondering that how are you going to implement it in complex app, don't worry guys, I'm about to create a blog app with Firebase, and I'm going to use this architecture in order for us to build a fully app with the blog app with the Firebase. So the features of the Firebase is that we are going to use the blog app. We are going to implement the blog app using the Firestore. We are going to use the push notification, dynamic link, and other Firebase features. So don't forget to subscribe to